Welcome back to Destiny on BlackTideTV. Today's video is going to be a little bit on the longer side, clocking in at around 15-16 minutes, give or take, and I'm hopefully going to use every second of that to actually complete what I want to talk about today. I was asked by one of my fans on PlayStation Network, I was asked by I Am Unbreakable, any tips that I have on creating a new Destiny character and how to level up that new character as fast as possible. And it was kind of a coincidence that I was going to do this video anyways. I was going to do a video on how to beast through levels 20 to 30 with a character on Destiny. So it kind of all relates, and we're going to do that today. The gameplay is of the Ishtar Collective. There is going to be a fade a couple minutes in, and that's because I was looking for a golden chest, which actually isn't a golden chest. Basically, there's like this part of the cliff. You're going to see me head towards it before we fade. There's this part of the cliff on the Shattered Coast where I've found a chest before, and it was like in a very, very hidden, very good position that you could easily miss it. And I seem to remember it being a golden chest, but upon looking and falling off the coast like 5 times, and taking like an extra 20 minutes, I still didn't find it. So I assume it was just a regular chest that was there one time, and it's just history now. So I am gonna fade out of that part. I didn't think I would need like 35 minutes to talk about this topic, so you're gonna notice fade, and that's the reason why. So how do you start up a new character? We're gonna go through step by step, right from choosing your character. So you are gonna notice some papery noises in the background. That's because I actually took notes on this. I actually wrote down all my thoughts because I didn't want to miss a single step. So first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to choose an awoken female. And why do you want to do that? For no reason in particular other than I think the awoken females are really hot in this game. So just do that and just bear with me. Choose the hairstyle where the hair is like off to the side. Oh my god, so hot. That's what I choose for every... I actually didn't even notice, but when I created my new Titan, I went back and I was working on my Warlock and my Hunter class to try and get them finished so I could get all their stuff in the vault, which we're going to talk about in a second. I was trying to get all their stuff into the vault so I could make new characters for them. And I went back and I looked at my character screen, and my Titan, my Warlock, and my Hunter all had the exact same character, the exact same hair, the exact same skin tone, and the exact same makeup. And I was like, oh my god, I think I have an obsession with this character. So just make sure you're picking an awoken female because they're super hot. Now let's get into this a bit. Let's make it a little bit serious here. Think about your play style. How do you play shooter games? What is your personal style? Are you fast-paced? Do you like close quarters combat? Are you a Call of Duty person? Pick the Titan. If you're a real Call of Duty guy, this is obviously for your first character. If you haven't played Destiny yet, if you're a real Call of Duty fan, be a Titan. They're made to be up close and personal. They're made to be using fast-paced weapons and just beast mode at close range. If you are more of an RPG guy, if you like more like I said, role-playing game titles, Elder Scrolls, if you're a Fallout 3 guy, make sure Fallout 3, Fallout New Vegas, whatever. If you are an RPG player, you're definitely going to want to go with the Warlock. He's more of a medium-range character. He uses a lot of his magical spells and abilities. He's a lot about the abilities, and he's really about customizing the way that you want to play. So where the Titan is basically just 100% all out, kill everybody as fast as you can, get in close quarters, punch people in the face. The Warlock is more like stay at medium range and really think about what you're going to do. Like, what abilities are you going to make on your character so that you can create a specialized character to be doing one thing? What subclass are you going to be using? It's all about really tactical gameplay with the Warlock. And then finally, the Hunter is a bit different. The Hunter isn't like you can, from a specific game going over, you can choose him indefinitely. The Hunter is more for all snipers of all kinds. If you're a really big sniper guy, if you like using scout rifles in Call of Duty or whatever, like semi-automatics, generally what I say, if you're a Battlefield player, the Hunter is going to be a good choice for you, just for the Gunslinger class. Now, the Hunter has 2 different really cool classes, the Gunslinger and the, I don't know what the other class is called, the Blade Dancer, I think it's called. Might be some other thing, Arc Blade, or that might be the special ability, but it has 2 very different classes, the Hunter. for main classes. We're not going to talk about Taken King classes today, but main classes, it's got the Gunslinger, which is going to be all long-range weapon, like sniper combat. And then it's also got the Blade Dancer, which is extreme opposite end of the spectrum. In close range, you're slicing and dicing people. It's not, you want to be in as close as you can be. So that might be a good choice for Call of Duty players as well. However, you do have to be level 15 with any of your characters before you can access that. So generally, if you're a big sniping kind of guy, if you like staying at longer ranges, being protected by your teammates and working with your teammates to kill enemies at long range, Hunter is the right choice for you. Now that we've picked our classes, we've picked our main classes, don't be specific about what kind of weapon you want to use right off the bat. Generally, a lot of players like myself like to choose a certain weapon type that they use. Like, my Titan is using auto rifles and shotguns. That's how I've built my entire class. That's how I want them to be. And then I'll change it up. Like, my Hunter is going to be semi-automatic weapons, like the semi-automatic, the scout rifles, and the secondary I might make fusion rifles or sniper rifles, etc., etc. Don't be specific like that when you're starting a new character. When you're at the beginning of the game, do not be super specific about what kind of weapons you want to use and what kind of class you want to be. Even your subclasses, don't be super specific right away. Work with what you get, like collect items off the ground and whatever, and really work with what you have given to you. Don't say, oh, I'm not going to use that weapon that has plus 30 attack because it's not my weapon style. For like between levels 1 and 20, don't focus on that at all. Just use what you're given. Play the story mode. So this is a very big thing about how to level up your character. Play story mode and pick up as many Vanguard bounties as you can. Instead of jumping into Crucible, we're going to talk about that in a second too. Instead of jumping into Crucible, jumping into different versions of the story, don't go into any DLC or anything. Play the main story mode and get your Vanguard bounties done every single day, and get your special bounties, like your special side quests done. Like, you're gonna get quests from, I'm a Titan, so I get quests from Commander Zavala to go and get so many punch kills out in the wild, and you can go and do that, and that's a very good way to level up, gain a lot of experience. Do all your side quests, do all your bounties, and play the main story mode. That main story mode, you're going to level up once or twice every single level. So that's very, very good for doing that. You do not want to jump into any Crucible stuff right away, because it's kind of a different game altogether, Crucible, and I am going to talk about Crucible in a very far future game, but for now we're just going to say stay away from Crucible until you're at least level 15 or level 20. I strongly recommend you become level 20 before you jump into any Crucible. So as soon as patrols open up, this is a big one, as soon as patrols on any of your planets open up, stop playing the story mode, get into the patrol, and go and find your 5 golden chests. This is going to be massive if you don't collect any other character items or any other weapons and leave them in the vault for your character. You can go and pick up the best available weaponry at your level. So I think Earth Patrol opens up at level 4. You just have to finish a couple quests and then you can do it. Same with the Moon Patrol. You just have to finish the first quest and then you can go and do the patrol. Most of the golden chests are available during your patrol. Only some of them you have to do a certain mission or a certain strike to get into. So the second a patrol opens up, find a video online. I have the Earth and Moon golden chest guides out already. I am going to do Venus and Mars in the future. But find a video online if you don't know where they are, and find all 5 of your golden chests on every planet as soon as you can. Because the gear inside is the best gear that you can have when you are the patrol's level. So all the stuff on Earth and the 5 chests on Earth is all level 4 stuff. So if you're level 11 and you come back and find them, it's not going to do you much good other than saying that you found all 5 golden chests. You can't really use that gear. Whereas if you find it at level 4, it's going to make a big impact. It's going to be very good for you for the next couple levels. If you find all the golden chests at level 4, you're going to have that stuff until you're like level 6 or level 7. Instead of just finding random stuff that's level 4 on the ground, you can use other items to be better than that right away. So definitely go and find those golden chests as soon as you can. Like I said, stay away from Crucible for at least until you're level 15. It's a completely different game, and it's really going to set your mindset like really weird about playing Destiny Vanguard and stuff. And you really do not want to jump into any Crucible right away unless you're planning to make this an entirely PvP game and you're just going to forget all about Vanguard. Don't get into Crucible until you're like level 15, level 20, and you can actually compete with other players. Now this is a big one. This is about saving other characters' weapons and items. So this is if this isn't your first character. This is if this is your secondary character, your tertiary character. You're going to want to put away any weapons ranked 20 to 30 away. This is massive, even 20 to 40 if you really want to get into some really craziness, especially level 20 legendaries or level 20 exotics. Now this is actually possible if you played Destiny before the Taken King came out. I talked about this a bit in the very first Destiny video. I'll link that one down in the description so you can watch it, where the whole game kind of changed, and level 20 legendaries, which was the maximum level legendaries at the time, they're basically no good anymore. They have like 180 attack or something instead of the 280 that there is now. You can actually go back and use these things. These are very, very good things to be using if you are using a new character. You can access them at level 20. You don't have to wait till level 40 to use legendary and exotic weapons, and they're really going to make getting through these levels very, very easy. You're going to level up faster because you're using them. You're killing more enemies quicker. You are definitely going to level up faster if you're using these legendary things. You can see on my screen right now that I have a whole bunch of level 20 legendary and exotic weapons that I've had since the beginning of the original game. Now I know a lot of people aren't going to have these weapons. They probably deleted them over time, or when they moved into the Taken King they deleted them because they weren't as good, or maybe you started with the Taken King, you never played original Destiny. That's no big deal. You can still get level 20 legacy exotics from Xur in the tower. So if you go to Xur, the Agent of the Nine, if you don't know who he is, he only comes on certain weekends, and he's in a random place in the tower every time. You can look up online where Xur is, when Xur is coming. You can figure out where he's going to be, what he's going to be selling, and you go over and you check him out, and he sells legendary, not legendary, he sells exotic armor, he sells exotic weapons, and exotic weapon engrams. These are very, very cool things. They're legacy exotic engrams, and they're level 20 exotic weapons. So these are very good for lower level characters. They cost strange coins. I think it's like 17 strange coins, and he will give you a different legendary exotic weapon each week. So I think last week was heavy weapons. So I opened it up and I got an exotic machine gun, I think, and it wasn't very good, but that's because I'm level 40 now. Legacy exotics aren't very good for high level characters, but level 20s, if you have enough strange coins from other characters, other accounts, definitely go and buy some legacy exotics for your lower level characters. You can get primaries, you can get special weapons, you can just keep buying them until you get the weapon that you want, and then you can use that on your new character. That will unlock it for all the year 1 exotics will be unlocked through this. And you can go back and rebuild them. As long as you have an exotic shard, you can go back and rebuild exotic weapons, year 1 exotic weapons, all day long for new characters as long as you want. As long as you've discovered them or found them, acquired them over time, you can go back and use them again and again and again. So as long as you're using like really good weapons, like if you can do that, it's really good. But you really don't need to do that if you're concerned that you don't have any other good character like weapons like that from the past. You don't need to worry about that. So as long as you're finishing your side quests, like the ones that Commander Zavala will give you, your Vanguard bounties, your story mode, by the time you're finished the original story mode, if you do all that stuff, if you do daily bounties and all that, you should be about level 30 to 35 by the time you're done your main story. And the main story, it ends at like level 18, so that's pretty good. It's definitely very, very effective at leveling you up, doing those bounties and stuff. Now it's your choice. Are you going to be a Crucible player, or are you going to be a Vanguard player? Either one will get you really good level 30 gear, and that will help you to get up to level 40, and then finally you can use any of the legendary marks and your your legendary rating in either Crucible or Vanguard to buy level 40 really good gear. This is very important. If you're going to be Vanguard, stick with Vanguard. Play Vanguard like crazy. Don't go to Crucible and Vanguard back and forth. Stick with one or the other. Get your rank up to rank 3 in either one, and then use that rank to buy all the best legendary weapons and gear at level 40. So that's basically how to get your character leveled up the fastest, a basic guide on the whole game of Destiny. I hope you enjoyed it, guys. If you did, leave it a like, comment down below what you think about this guide and any other things that you might want to input. Make sure you check out my articles over on gameskinny.com, and I'll see you guys on the next Destiny video.